Hello and welcome to our GoLang tutorial series. Today we are going to discuss module version numbering. So let us start. If you want to develop a module, you might want to publish it over somewhere like GitHub. Now there might be some developers that want to use your module and you might have tagged it with different versions like v1.0.0, v2.0.0 with some code changes. So now in order to publish this module, you have to know about the tagging of your module in GitHub. So let's say you want to publish a module, you have to tag it with some version number that is in format with V character. Then there is a major version number. Then there is a dot number that is called minor version. Then there is again a dot a number that is called patch. So major dot minor dot patch and then hyphen pre-release identifier. Pre-release identifier is optional. Now coming towards version stage, there is development phase, then there is major version changes, minor version changes, patch version and pre-release version. Let us begin with the patch version. Patch version is the last part of this component v x dot y dot z, and then there can be pre-release identifier. Not going towards that. This z is the patch version. Any changes to z will be the changes to the patch version. Changes in the patch version signal changes that don't affect module's public API and its dependency. So there is no effect on the public API or its dependency, and it guarantees backward compatibility and stability. Developer of consuming code can upgrade to the version safely without needing to change their code. Let's say you have published a module with v1.0.1 and then v1.0.7. So whenever a developer want to use your module with either this version or this version, he can change it without need to take care of changes in his code, because this is backward compatible and stable. This generally include the bug fixes. So let's move towards minor version changes. Minor version in vx.y.z is the y part. Signal backward compatible changes to the module public API. It also guarantees backward compatibility and stability. So this is also guaranteed backward compatibility and stability. So developer can use it without changing his code. But there are some difference in the patch version and minor version changes. Patch version was generally for minute changes like bug fixes. But in the minor version changes, the version changes the module public API, but not in a way that breaks calling code. So let's say a developer code is using your module v1.2.3 and he want to migrate to v1.7.5. There is change in the patch version and there is change in the minor version, but the major version is same. So he can directly just use this new version instead, because it is also backward compatible and stable. But how the changes are made? The version changes the module public API, but not in a way that breaks the calling code. Developer code will not break. This might include changes to module own dependency or addition of new function, methods, struct field or types. In other words, the version might include enhancement through new function that another developer might want to use. However, a developer using previous minor version need not change their code otherwise. So that's the minor version. Now let us come to the major version. Major version represent the first part of the version. This X over here will represent the major version. Now before discussing the major version further, we have to discuss the in development stage. So in development stage signal that the module is still in development and unstable. So let's say a developer has started a module and the module is not ready for use. So he will use the V0 kind of versioning where the major version will be 0 and then the minor and patch version can be there. In this versioning, whenever there is V0 over here, you can say there is no backward compatibility or stability guarantee. In development versioning is also V0 number where major version is 0. Now let us come towards pseudo version number. So pseudo version number is divided into 3 parts: 1, 2 and 3. First part is base version prefix. This second part is timestamp and this third part is revision identifier. This base version prefix, as discussed above, is similar to semantic version tag precedes the revision or the form vx.0.0 if there is no such tag. Second is the timestamp in format year, month, date, hour, minute, second. In UTC time, the revision was created in Git. This is the commit time, not the author time. The third portion is the revision identifier, 12 character prefix of commit hash, or in subversion a 0 padded revision number. This pseudo version is formed when a module has not been tagged in its repository. So whenever you are using a module that is not tagged in its repository, GoTools will create the pseudo version number. Now let us discuss the major version. We have discussed minor version, the patch version. Now we are coming towards the major version. We have noted that changes in Y or Z does not break compatibility or stability, but the changes in the X or the major version changes breaks the compatibility. So major version signals backward incompatible changes in a module public API. The release carry no guarantee that it will be backward compatible with the preceding major version changes. Let's say v1.0.0, v2.0.0. So there is no guarantee that it will be compatible with the v1.0.0. Note that migrating from v0 to v1, backward compatibility is not guaranteed. From v1 to v2 also backward compatibility is not guaranteed. A module developer should increment this number past v1 only when necessary, because the version upgrade represents significant disruption for developer whose code uses function in the upgraded module. This disruption includes backward incompatibility, changes to the public API, as well as need for developer using the module to update the package path wherever they import packages from the module. Why this package path need to be updated by the developer? Reason is the module path have to be changed when you are migrating major version. Let's say you have a repository github.com/mymod. Now you want to migrate from v1 to v2. So repository and mymod will remain the same, but you have to add v2 over here in the path of the module to change the major module version. So path also changes and the version also changes. We will deep dive into it in upcoming lectures. Now let us discuss the pre-release version. Pre-release version signals that this is a pre-release milestone such as alpha or beta. The release carries no stability guarantee. So V version and there is pre-release identifier. This can be alpha or beta. It means the code is in the testing phase. Stability is not guaranteed. So that's for today. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and put your queries in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please subscribe Tech World with G to follow up with the latest videos. Thank you.